Okay, greetings all. Today I'm doing the read for Aries for the month of December. Sorry it's a little bit late. Yeah, personal issues, guys, and sometimes you just can't put stuff off, you have to deal with it. So unfortunately, sometimes that means I'm a bit late getting readings out, but I still get them done and get them finished for you. So hey, let's hope that next year I'll be on the ball and have them all out before the start of the month for you. Okay, thanks guys. Let's get going, Aries, and let's see what's coming for you for the month of December. So on the bottom of the deck we've got the Six of Wands. So sixes are about communication, cooperation and harmony, guys. So that's the overall energy for the reading today. So let's see what else comes up for you. Okay, the first card off the deck is the Four of Coins. And coins are about wealth, material wealth, money, career, manifestation, home and body. So you need to be making sure that you take proper care of yourself at this present time. And it also looks as though you're working on creating a more stable financial future. The next card we've got is the Eight of Cups. Well, vessels in the alchemical deck, the cups in the traditional tarot. This is the alchemical deck. So it's about emotions, creativity, love, intuition and relationships, okay? And it's ruled by Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. And so that would be ruled by the month of autumn or the end of winter or the start of the summer, okay? So it's looking like that will come into being in 2020 for you. The next one we've got is the Five of Swords. And swords are about communication. So there's going to be communication and some truth-telling coming. And you're going to have to use your intellect. And it's also about thoughts and ideas. So if there's anything that you want to put into motion, now would be the time to do it. Because we're coming to a very powerful year for 2020 for manifestation. So you want to be able to use that to the best of its ability. So yeah, just Okay, the words I'm getting are just keep working on what you've been doing and keep moving forward. Don't allow negative thoughts to hold you back. Or maybe even not even what people say either. And the next card we've got is the 9 of Coins. And that is a really good card to have because 9 are about fruition, attainment and fulfillment of wishes. So coming into the next year, whatever it is that you've been working on, you're going to be seeing fruit coming from what you've been putting in the past efforts is going to return. And it's about wish fulfillment also. So anything that you've been working on will start to bear fruit for you at this time. And the next card we've got is the Empress. Okay, the Empress. The Empress is about abundance and grounding. So, you know, be sure that you're being very down to earth and grounded at this time. Let your heart be your guide. Because your heart center is where balance comes from. And without that, we can't attain the balance that we need to be able to take advantage of the abundance that comes from the Empress. And don't take this abundance for granted, because if you do that, that comes from a place of ego. And when we come from a place of ego, it's very easy for that abundance to be taken away. And you could find yourself having to start again from the beginning. And we don't want to do that. You've put too much energy into what you're working on to allow that to happen, okay? So be very, very mindful of that. And the next card we've got is the Judgment card. Judgment is about rejuvenation and healing. You need to let go of what doesn't serve you and what you don't need to make way for the new, for truth and with truth and clarity, okay? So, as I said earlier, be very, very mindful of your ego and don't allow your ego to take control and take the seat in the chariot to drive you, okay? You need to be very clear and grounded at this point in time. And the next one we've got is the King of Vessels. And kings are very fast movers, they're executors, okay? They're very level-headed and intelligent, and they approach things with clarity of mind and with strategy. And they like to make sure their visions are brought to fruition and concretized in the physical world. They're great builders and they're good communicators, so there's communication coming for you at this time. And I feel because we've got a few different, we've got a couple of coins, so it's very evident that we are working on manifesting and concreting a better financial future. But the Empress and the Judgment tells you that you need to be careful at this time. You can't allow your ego to take control, okay? Because you need to be more like this King of Vessels and be very methodical and clear of mind. Be more strategic and grounded when making decisions about moving forward. You need to communicate with the people around you at this time. And we've got the Seven of Swords. And again, swords are about getting to the heart of a matter. It's about truth and communication. It's about intelligence and intellect and thoughts and ideas. So if there's anything you want to put into motion, now's the time to do it. The Seven of Swords is about reflection and assessment and using the inner knowledge that you've learnt along your journey to be able to move forward in the best possible light. Don't let your more negative emotions guide you, okay? And the last card is the Four of Wands. So that impresses on me that it's also about a relationship that you want to be able to take to the next level. And it's also telling me that you can't allow your ego to drive you. You have to come from a heart-centered place. And that's why we got the Empress, because the Empress is strong and grounding, and you know, she comes from a heart-centered space. So, you know, don't allow the ego to take control, because if you do, then you will not be able to you won't be able to bring this relationship to the concrete conclusions that you want to be able to bring it to. The Four of Wands, it can herald a proposal of marriage or the proposal of a business deal. So let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. That's right, we've got the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Sevens are about reflection and assessment and knowledge, okay? So you've got to take what you've learnt in this journey so far with you forward into the future. And don't allow your passions to get out of control, because if you do, like I said with the Empress, that abundance can be very easily taken away if you come from a place of ego, because the ego doesn't take notice of what the inner knowledge is telling you. It tends to ignore it, and it just moves forward anyway. That's why you need the grounding and the stability that grounding gives you. So you need to take time for yourself to be able to contemplate from the inner knowing and the information that you've gleaned in life so far. Okay, my beautiful Arians, that's all that I have for you now. And I will speak to you again soon. And blessings for the future. And I'll see you again in 2020. Blessed be, my darlings. I will see you soon.